We're here with head golf coach Zach Zedrick and Patrick Flavin. Coach, first let's talk about the MAC tournament. Didn't go quite the way you were hoping it would go, correct?
Yeah, no, we didn't win. So that's if it's not a win, it's not how we wanted it to go. I think ultimately it was kind of Thursday was what hurt us. Just really rough start in the morning, and then tried to get a little bit back in the afternoon and just played a little better, but not a ton better. And we didn't shoot ourselves completely out of the tournament, but it was about as close as you could get. And then we actually got off to a really good start on Friday, the third round, and just a little bit of a rough patch in the middle of the round took us from, I think we were making the turn around 5 under par or so as a team that day, and then just made some bogeys. There's a tough stretch of holes there at the start of the back nine, and that that killed their momentum. But really proud of how they came out and competed on Saturday. Low team score that day, and I think it says a lot about where our program's at. That there's just too much pride to not finish as high as we can, and it wasn't first, but if third was the best we were going to finish, then that's what we were going to do.
Unfortunately, with that means the careers come to the end for your four seniors and Jack, Bud, Bailey, and Daniel. What did they mean to you for this past 4 years?
Oh, a ton. It was the first class that I was able to recruit way back in August of, like 2011 when I started here. So we were actually had those guys over for dinner last night and talking about that, and it's they've meant a lot to this program. They have done a lot to push us forward. They've won a championship. They're all graduating and moving on to bigger things, and we're proud that they were a part of our program.
All right. And Patrick, what did the seniors mean to you?
It's hard to put into words. They're some of my best friends in the world, and it's amazing how fast these first 2 years have gone. And I was talking to Dan last night. He just said the second 2 years go by faster, so that's a little scary. But those guys mean the world to me, and I've learned so much from them. So it's going to be disappointing to see them leaving, but they're all moving on to great things. So it'll be great to stay in touch with them and learn what the real world is like.
All right. So moving on to Thursday, we get the NCAA selections, and Patrick gets selected for the to be an individual at in Wisconsin. So first off, obviously it turned out you were number 2 seed. You were actually very safely in this, but it was the last one announced. Was there any nerves when the first 5 regionals had gone by and your name hadn't shown up?
Yeah, definitely a little bit of nerves. I really wanted it. I wanted to continue the season really bad. It's been a great season. Just don't want it to end. So a little bit of nerves there for sure, but I'm so excited and fired up to get up there to Wisconsin and keep competing.
All right. Zach, what can you tell us about this course and what will Patrick be facing?
It's something he's very familiar with, although Pat hasn't been there. 6 of the holes, I think, on the Meadow Valley course where we're playing, is were holes that were part of the layout that was used for the Women's Open. They've hosted 2 U.S. Women's Opens there, so obviously it's going to be set up much differently. We're probably looking at about a 7,200-yard golf course. It's going to be a little cool. It's going to be wet. It's demanding off the tee. It really demands. I'd say it's probably, as far as what it demands from your entire game, similar to what we saw at Erin Hills in the fall. It's a different golf course. It's not the same, type of layout. But I think it's like any great Midwestern golf course. It's just there's just not a lot of margin for error, and with the weather, you really got to be pretty strong mentally. But the great thing is Pat grew up playing in it. We all have, frankly, and we've played a lot of golf in it, and we've played this year some of our best golf in that type of weather. So I think there's a lot of comfort in that, to be honest.
All right. Well, it's a big it's going to be quite a challenge. There's 75 total golfers at this tournament. 25 get to advance with the top 5 teams. But of the 50 remaining golfers, only the very best one gets to advance. What do you think it will take for you to be the one to get there?
I think I just got to go out there and focus on myself. I feel like if I go out there and play my game, I'll be that one guy. So if I can go in there and play some good, smart golf, I think I'll be able to get it done.
And Zach, what do you think it will take for Patrick to win? And also, what does a player like him mean to this program, getting first individual selected at large at the NCAA in 5 years for us?
Well, first speaking about the regional, Pat hit it on the head. He's got to focus on himself. Golf's it's a game where you don't play defense, and first and foremost, Pat's got to be focused on him playing his best golf, and we've talked about that a lot. That if we all do that, then it's going to be more than good enough. So I think the key for Pat is, like he said, just stay patient, play his game. Go about playing this golf course the way that he feels he needs to play it to shoot the best score possible, and if he does that, then we'll let the chips fall where they may. But I mean, Pat's good golf is way more than good enough. So, he's meant a lot to this program. He came in as a freshman and made contributions right away, and has earned the respect of the guys, and is really poised to take on more of a leadership role going into his last 2 years. But Pat would be the first to tell you it's all of us pulling together. When we won at Otter Creek last month, it wasn't just Pat winning; it was Pat winning and 4 other guys really pulling their weight. So that's the great thing about having Pat in our program right now is he gets that in college golf is a team sport, and he wants to do whatever he can to help contribute to the team's success. So we're definitely excited for him. Looking forward to him having a great week here soon, and then hopefully moving on to Oregon, and then coming back and pushing the team to even greater heights, in his last 2 years.
All right. Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Patrick. Good luck in Wisconsin.